All right. I think we are good. Let's see. Discord is on. We'll turn the volume up a little bit on Discord. There's the microphone. There's the media. All right, we're good. I don't know what we're gonna be gaming on. I just figured I would start live streaming just to start live streaming. Maybe scroll through X and see what the heck is going on there. I think we're good there though. No, not at all. All right, we're gonna disable preview. Somebody look sleepy. You're watching something on my phone. It's exhausting everybody. Not just your belly. I don't know if the alerts work. Might have to mess with them some more. I'm working on more tomorrow. Trying to use this Rumbot thing and very new. Or not new, it's just different. Different than what I'm used to. Oh. Alright, let's try one thing. Main scene name. Yeah, that works. That's good enough. I'm not messing with it much more than that. Let's get to YouTube. What is happening on there? Oh, another one. Oh, another one. All right, what's happening on Twitter? Probably got a like somewhere. Oh, I did get a like. That's something I posted. 163. Dr. D. Wood. So Ron Mamdani. I wonder what they have to say about him. That is Islam. I remember that day. I know that one. Remember coming home from school, getting ready for football practice, and my mom telling me this all happened. And I was just so angry because I was so young I couldn't do anything in the first place. But that was the day America stood together, and then it fell apart in the last 5 years. 5, 10, as I was graduating high school into college. Yeah, the count is just getting ridiculous. 200,000 babies. The other question I have is, what are they considering children? Because a lot of the militants, especially the Hamas militants, are teenagers, 16, 17-year-olds, kids. They're kids. I was just watching a documentary. They're like 13, 14-year-olds throwing rocks at military vehicles, and it's like, it's all a game for them. It's what they were raised up on. Oh no. I can't read it. Liberal white woman says that there's hundreds of 911 calls from U.S. citizens inside of ICE facilities right before their deaths.
Who claim to be pro-life. What does that mean exactly? Please explain it to me. You claim to place such a high value on human life. Is that high value just for wealthy people in the US? For white people in the US? Please explain to me, where's the line? I'd really like to understand.
Well, good news, they're not killing people inside of ICE facilities. Just my daughter minding her business, running her hoverboard. Oh no. until the class bully wants to hoverboard. And I come back and try to kick in my door to try and get the hoverboard. Ooh, I'd throw a fit. Those kids are gonna get run out of that neighborhood. It's not. Ignorance. Even support. Did my post reach you? Say hi and let me know. It just seems like a bot account. Sheesh. Literally ran up on them. That's how they got inside. Crazy. No, no. Thank you. What's all over it? Eli slime. Maybe. Yeah, I'm good on that. Pierce, low life. Well, I wanted to return to mirror, so I assumed she felt the debate hadn't gone well. That's what I was expecting going in. Boy, was I wrong. Some context. I watched nearly every single segment Pierce has released on Israel since October 7th, up until Hausdorff media interview. That atrocity was my breaking point. Yep. So I'm very familiar with the guests, their angles, their rhetoric. I don't just watch, I analyze. I parse every statement. Lens of logic. What, buddy? You sleepy, you got your pajama on. You want me to hold you for a little bit?
No, it's not dark.
I'm always quiet. Huh.
It's down.
Do I have my volume turned all the way down on this? Let's see.
It's not dark.
I mean, there wasn't much room to turn my mic up on. There, maybe my mic was turned down on that. And it's not like it's using any of this. Maybe it's my HyperX software. Microphone's all the way up there too. I wonder if it... Let's see if they did anything to my microphone settings in devices. Oh, they did it again. For some reason, this turned my microphone down in the system settings. I don't know why it does that. Should be better. Might have to to turn this down a little bit though. I'm not peaking the mic, so that's good. Just leave it at that. I even moved my microphone closer so it's not so quiet anymore. But yeah, I found it. I set my mic, my settings down in, or my settings reset in Windows setting for some reason. That's at 100% now. Should be good. How you doing, Fluff? Is this timestamping? I really needed to timestamp so I can don't need X open so much. Holy paragraph. I mean, I completely agree. Pierce Morgan has become such an incredible jerk. Ivanka Trump. No nukes for Iran. Ceasefire in the Middle East. Stock market hits a record high. Border and total security. Okay. Hopefully it lasts. We'll see. Why are there police officers there? They don't know what to do. In a mosque in England, there's police officers sitting there. Oh, okay. See ya. Yeah. I mean, I can do both, but no, I was just trying to chat with you, but okay. Putting the kids to bed. Oh, you seem like you want to eat. I mean, I was, but I saw something funny and I was going to talk to you about it, but never mind. There's just police officers sitting inside of a mosque in Birmingham, England, and they're like so confused as what they have to do during their like Muslim prayers. Sitting there, there's this one guy at the end just like thinking if he like pulls his hands and prays or like, you know, like that's a normal Christian, you know, country that's like not accustomed to him whatsoever. So they were just so confused and didn't like it. They were out of that. You could tell they were all uncomfortable there. Oh yeah. What are you doing, kiddo? What are you doing? Sleeping in your gym clothes? That's what I would do. Mm-hmm. Especially if I had football.
Now I know where I get it. You guys.
Hezbollah getting blown up.
But yeah, I'm getting ready for me to instead of just running around the house,
Mm-hmm.
I just grab my bag, put on my shoes, come downstairs, and watch TV, and wake up.
Yeah. Yeah, it is bedtime. It is nighttime.
told him that it wasn't even dark out.
Who told him that?
He's like, oh, it's not even dark out. I'm like, yeah, but you're going to bed anyway.
Kid. I thought that was a volcano erupting for a second. They're padding statistics on purpose. Tier 2, July 21st, 2024. January 6th, 2005. What? What? Yeah, they're padding statistics. That's funny. Creepy.
Directly contravening himself within one statement. And so I have serious questions about whether we even set back the Iranian nuclear program in any meaningful way, and whether now it's going to go underground, and we're in a much more dangerous
that must be a pun. Underground. They already sent it underground. Oh no. Shank.
Purpose
So loud, Shank.
help Israel steal more land in the Middle East, and they claim it's self-defense. Self-defense, my ass. It's a goddamn genocide. And yes, Muslim lives matter. We're also human beings.
Unless it's to other Muslims.
Human beings on this planet aren't Israelis. They're not some special benighted.
UK cops ask Muslim illegal aliens not to assault women. Yeah, they look like safe guys. Don't think they are. A woods rave? A tickle party? Shabbat today, I guess, huh? Yep, New York has fallen. In English, we reject the Zionists. In Arabic, kill the Jews. Yeah, I'd be mad too. His parents fared off his disservice to his community. $258K to get lost. This is pretty. Would have loved to visit Tel Aviv. At this point, if you're not being called Islamophobic, you're doing something very wrong. Yeah. It's 8:30. Gotta take my one medicine. A couple of my medicines. Give me a few minutes. Tylenol. Four pills of ibuprofen. Please. I got take one of those yet. Take 10. Those here shortly. Grab my sublingual. All right, got all the pills ready to be taken. Good news. It seems like Social Security process is moving forward. Same with my long-term disability insurance that I had before I got hurt. So that's a plus. I should cut this open. I gotta take this, but it requires me to be quiet for 15 minutes. So I'm gonna do some last epoch playthroughs while I can't talk. And then we'll get back to chatting. Come back and chat after the last epoch. Hopefully sound is good. What I'm hoping for anyway. Or at least you can hear me. Had my one buddy say he couldn't hear me ever. Figured out it was Windows settings that were screwing me. That's gonna get closed. I had my microphone turned all the way up here, so that should be good. I mean, it looked like the mic was peaking in the first place, so might have just been my imagination. I don't know. All right. I'll set a timer for 15 minutes. I'm going to take it now. Cool little Mhm.
It's just as itchy today. But those whole chest is itchy. Why? It is.
All right, buddy, I can talk. What's up? Oh, sorry, kiddo. Had my medicine in my mouth. I am. What are you doing? Still getting ready for the gym tomorrow?
I finished.
Mm. Now you're making a snack. Mm. I thought the meatball sandwiches were really good tonight. I like meatball sandwiches though, so probably why I thought they were good.
I know. I made a mistake smelling.
I don't think they smell bad either.
I don't know.
Mm. I get it.
Captain Underpants.
Did you?
Yeah.
Captain Underpants was pretty funny when I watched him when I was a kid. I really enjoyed him. Well, I didn't watch. I read the comic books. Yeah.
I read one of the but it didn't mess me up. It was, but I thought I was Captain TV. That's why.
Oh, I'll keep an eye out for it. Mom getting Eli to bed. 8 eyes in the dark. Beacons never appear. Echoes have a chance to contain spiderling packs. I don't know if this is worth it. So much gold. It's ridiculous. So many apps open on my phone.
Inevitably leads to robots. Smells
It took a week. What is the password? super duper soaking machine.
you too. Put the pin down, Miss.
I got myself locked out of Rumble. Whoops. Let's see. That's okay. We'll try to sign in later. Unfortunate. Always trippy. Timcast is on. He's talking about the SCOTUS. How Trump won big today, I hear. In the law. Well, maybe I'll try it after like 15 minutes. There we go. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. My phone is so disgusting. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Did I get anything good out of there? No. Not a bad necklace, though. Okay, that's a pretty bad necklace. Could have definitely done better on the physical resist. Let's see any updates. Oh yeah, Japan is now a circus. People make it a circus, though.
Quickly, do you think the Democratic Party is going to learn some lessons from this race?
I hope so. They got to. Everyone should get on board.
They never will.
Endorse Zoran right now because our party, our approval numbers are 20-something%. We're on life support. We allowed Trump back in the office again, and our democracy is on the precipice of falling apart.
Angry.
The Democratic Party has to save
Angry
American
people.
democracy. And leaning into Zoran and others who are stars
democracy is at risk.
Right here in New York. Chia State, Tiffany Caban, AOC, on and on and on.
It's so stupid.
We have to bridge the gap, the generational divide. That's happening in the party between the older, more establishment, and the younger. We have to bridge that gap to save our country.
Quickly, do you think the Democratic Party is going to learn some lessons from this race?
I hope so. They got to. Everyone should get on board and endorse Zoran right now because our party, our approval numbers are 20-something%. We're on life support. We allowed Trump back in the office.
Yeah, this fool. Constantine. I love Constantine. He's awesome. Socialist politicians is not the problem, it's a symptom. That is the truth. Might be down to play some Apex or Valorant. While I wait for the boys.
It's what they call public schools and free tuition. So socialism really is just a name for anything that helps the common person like you and me. So the next time they try to say how bad it is, how scary it is, how terrible it is, remember what they're really trying to say. Remember what they really mean when they say
Yeah, what they really mean.
What they call affordable housing.
Holy cow.
Violence has absolutely no place in protest. I don't care what you're protesting, you can't be violent. You can't loot. You can't burn cars. You certainly can't assault law enforcement, period.
Yeah.
The question is, who is best equipped to address that in a protest setting? as we've seen play out on the streets of Los Angeles. I would argue law enforcement. They're specially trained for this. Provided that there are enough law enforcement, which according to the mayor and the governor in California there was, those are the folks that should be
According to those two idiots, yeah.
I think it is dangerous when military personnel are used for domestic law enforcement purposes. And in some instances,
yeah, but federal law enforcement purposes, they are pretty useful.
It's established to ensure that military is not engaged in law enforcement activities in our communities. The National Guard here in Pennsylvania is under my command. I'm the commander-in-chief. And I have deployed the Guard for domestic issues here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Think like after a terrible weather incident or something like that. I've also deployed our Guard as part of a federal mission. We've deployed Pennsylvania Guards people to the border, the southern border of the United States as part of the mission there. If the Guard is going to be federalized, we have a legal process in place where the President of the United States has to consult with the Commander-in-Chief of the Guard, in this case, the governor, and seek his or her approval first. The President
Commander-in-Chief is the president, not the governor. He is a lower officer than Commander-in-Chief. They really want to take so much power away from the president. It's ridiculous.
The United States did not do that here. And I think because he went around the governor, he created some real...
Yeah, because the governor wasn't going to do it in the first place.
Situation that maybe we're not trained the way local law enforcement would be. Created chaos in our communities. And query whether that had any effect on tamping down the protests or whether law enforcement on the ground were really the ones who did it because they were properly trained. Here in Pennsylvania, we have no tolerance for violence. I take very seriously my responsibility as Commander-in-Chief of the Pennsylvania Guard, and
you're not Commander-in-Chief. You're like Lieutenant-in-Chief.
Coordinating actively with our mayors in our cities and towns, and we're coordinating actively with local government to make sure that we are prepared should there be protests that turn from peaceful to violent. And should the Guard be needed, it would be deployed at my direction following a legal process, not the way it's been done in California, which I think has been really dangerous, the way the president has gone around set legal precedent.
Oh, Tectone got banned today. That was a fun one.
They are okay with people labeling people as criminals, attempting to defame them, harass them, ruin their life with false allegations.
I don't think people understand how much damage a false allegation can do to a person. As somebody who's been at the, like, I've never, like, I mean, you guys know me, I've never been, like, the primary thing for something like that, but I've been around people that were, it will make people want to kill themselves. And in a lot of cases,
he doesn't want to.
They do. Because, like, if you say something like that about a person, this is career ending. People do not want to deal with you. Nobody wants to be around you. It's really,
nobody believes
really
you.
Bad.
As go after people's dead parents, and they are okay with all of it as long as you are pushing a leftist extremist agenda.
As long as you have the right opinions, you get to get away with anything. That's right. And that's the way it's been at Twitch. If you have the right opinions and you have the right politics, you can break the rules and not receive any consequences. And when things get egregious enough, maybe you get suspended on your day off.
Maybe you get suspended on your day off like the idiot does. What's his name? I can't even remember his name. She's getting eaten by a fish. Sucker punched him. That is what I don't want. Ooh, look at that ratio. Pierce is getting ratioed. You know what he's talking about, right? The horrible comedian. An horrible comedian. Dave Smith. This idiot here. I am no fan nor a friend of this guy. Oh, good. He stopped posting. No, he just stopped posting in general. He's getting ratioed to heck. Meaning that people are seeing it, not liking it, so they're not putting a heart next to it, and everybody's commenting as negatively as they can on it, except for his fanboys. Yeah. Yep, that's exactly what he's doing. What's right here? Grifting a living off of a Jew, off of Jew hate. Yeah. Fanboy. T-Boo is such a fanboy of this Dave Smith dude. It's just, he has a select few. How you doing over there, Lava? You don't sound good. Well, let's see what CNN has to say. The fake news.
Reporters on this exclusive story that CNN broke the other day. And Natasha, it's great to have you here tonight. Just in terms of what we are hearing today and that briefing that we saw from the defense secretary this morning, which the president, I should note, announced as they were flying back last night together from the Netherlands. I wonder what you made of what he said and what you know based on your reporting.
Well, look, Caitlin, I think that the big takeaway from this briefing was that the Secretary of Defense confirmed our reporting. He confirmed that there was this very preliminary DIA assessment that, in his words, and as we have confirmed, was low confidence in nature because it was produced very soon after these strikes took place. It was an initial look at just what kind of damage was done by these U.S. military strikes. And I think, the DIA assessment, according to our sources, it said that the strikes did not appear to have destroyed, at least at first glance, given all of the information that they had available to that time, the core components of Iran's nuclear program, and said that based on that, because it was unclear at that point just how much damage these bombs had done to the underground facilities where those core components are stored, including the enriched uranium, including the centrifuges, then it appeared at that time that the program had only been set back by a few months. Now, the briefing today did not do much to give us any new information that would dispute that. And that is largely because the intelligence community is still gathering intelligence about it. That is what they're expected to do, as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Dan Kane, he said, look, we're not going to do the battle damage assessment.
My lead source tonight is CNN's Natasha Bertrand, who covers national security and was one of the reporters on this exclusive story that CNN broke the other day. And Natasha, it's great to have you here tonight. Just in terms of what we are hearing today and that briefing that we saw from the defense secretary this morning, which the president, I should note, announced as they were flying back last night together from the Netherlands. I wonder what you made of what he said and what you know based on your reporting.
Well, look, Caitlin, I think that the big takeaway from this briefing was that the Secretary of Defense confirmed our reporting. He confirmed that there was this very preliminary DIA assessment that, in his words, and as we have confirmed, was low confidence in nature because it was produced very soon after these strikes took place. It was an initial look at just what kind of damage was done by these U.S. military strikes. And I think, the DIA assessment,
just an initial one.
It said that the strikes did not appear to have destroyed, at least at first glance, given all of the information that they had available to that time, at that time, the core components of Iran's nuclear program, and said that based on that, because it was unclear at that point just how much damage these bombs had done to the underground facilities where those core components are stored, including the enriched uranium, including the centrifuges, then it appeared at that time that the program had only been set back by a few months. Now, the briefing today did not do much to give us any new information that would dispute that, and that is largely because...
Oh, great. The snake Candace Owens herself.
There are literally thousands of instances of hate speech being circulated online. The age of technology...
Started a doxing website in 2016. Social Autopsy was designed to catalog online hate speech and links to people's real-world identities, including personal...
Social Autopsy, the first ever search database that compiles and allows the public...
Which includes... This included minors. Oh, gosh.
...individuals and companies. Our team has crawled through the public interfaces of Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, creating real profiles for the...
Candace. Now you go on the hate speech website.
Hey, Dad.
Night, kiddo. Love you.
Love you.
Get some sleep. I'll see you in the morning. More explosions in Tehran. Oh, speaking of which, let's see what's going on over yonder. These are such cool planes. Operation, one of the 7 B-2A Spirit stealth bombers, strategic bombers, heavy strategic bombers deployed by the U.S. Air Force for a diversionary maneuver during the operation against Iran has been forced out of action. The aircraft made an emergency landing in Hawaii due to a technical failure and still hasn't returned to Whiteman Air Force Base. more explosions in Tirana. Maybe. Nothing. Must have been removed. Air defense activate and Shahar, southwest Tehran. Light multi-role fighters to replace the Russian Su-35. Moscow times. Also, Iran's going to China for their jets. Hopefully they don't fall out of the sky. That would stink. Satellite imagery reveals Iran has opened a tunnel at the underground complex beneath the Esfahan uranium conversion facility located near 100 meters deep, significantly deeper than Fordo and deemed impenetrable, and maybe moving highly enriched uranium or installing centrifuges. After the Fordo strike, U.S. sources confirmed the existence of this deeper facility, which was not targeted by B-2 bombers due to its depth beyond the reach of the GBU-57A massive ordnance penetrators. Oh, don't they play dirty, don't... penetrate. Effective depends on the material. For deep facilities like Esfahan, it likely cannot fully penetrate, though recent airstrikes on Fordo suggest partial damage via explosions. Effects of varied conditions, exact outcomes remain uncertain due to limited underground verification. I mean, they had something in store for the Fordo plant. I'm sure they have something in store for this. It's hard rock, though. Might sound crazy. Maybe someone should use a satellite. Ground elevations from sea level over 2,500 meters. 1,500 meters deep under said mountain. 3.5 kilometers of solid dolomite above. What's dolomite? I like looking at these accounts. The jihadi accounts. Americans for that job. I don't like them throwing their babies in there. That's what they do. Make sure they have collateral. Just to see how far diplomacy will take us. It doesn't usually take us very far. Other isotopes handling it in large quantities still require shielding, glove boxes, and containment systems to prevent contamination and exposure. Geometry controlled containers, neutron absorbers, and space protocols. Critical exhibits. Ukraine. What's going on there? I take the red lines Russia, blue lines Ukraine. Oh, they liberated that, huh? UAV battalion successfully destroyed a rare North Korean M1991 multi-launch rocket system in the that accidentally sent off a rocket. Holy cow. It did. It sent a rocket flying. Those guys got smoked. Two of them are still alive somehow. No idea how they're still alive. Amazing that people can survive stuff like that. Response to Trump. Really interested in a deal U.S. put aside as degrading and unacceptable tone towards Iran's supreme leader, the great Ayatollah. Stop hurting his millions of loyal supporters, the great and powerful Iranian people, who showed the world that Israel regime had no choice but to run to Abala in order not to be destroyed by our missiles. Do not accept threats and insults with sympathy. If illusions lead to more serious mistakes, Iran will not hesitate to reveal its true capabilities, which will certainly end any illusions about Iran's powers. Goodwill begets goodwill, and respect begets respect. That seems like a threat. We do like making stuff go boom.
Are you considering sending Patriot missiles to Ukraine? Have you made up your mind about that yet?
He may. Okay. I'm all for like sharing defense technology with our allies. Not all of it though. Officials briefed Trump and Mar-a-Lago about multiple Iranian hit teams operating inside the U.S. Oh man. Yeah. Breaking last year. September 2024, 2024. The illusions of, yeah, the supreme leader of Iran who claims the Islamic Republic somehow defeated the United States of America. I guess not when you let them talk it up like they have been. All right. His beach resort. Looks like Dubai. I don't know. Does Kim Jong-un really think that people are going to want to visit his country? Should have just shot him. My knee keeps spasming. Should have just shot him. Judge Bushberg of D.C. has ordered the Supreme Court to reverse their ruling. Ordered, huh? Get him out of here. I like our boys. I like our Israelis. When Scott Presler finds himself kidnapped and sent to a third world hellhole, Roseanne because of him being homosexual. That is the definition of the cult of stupidity. Vance surges to a plus 30-point lead in the 2028 Republican presidential primary. Emerson. Huh. The exchange person being deported from the UK would be exchanged for another individual sent from France who has a right to be in Britain. Oh yeah, the Texas Capitol. I broke the change for American people to openly criticize Islamization of not only Texas but across America. I took the hits, death threats, my dog's getting poisoned, donors pulling their support for my congressional race and more, but everything has been worth it. As now I am seeing more people open their eyes and come to the realization that Islam and their beliefs are a threat to the Constitution. 100%. And what makes America America? Who's this? Valentina Gomez. D1 swimmer, MBA, financer. I have no idea who this lady is. Oh, this was her. Oh, is that lady? Well, she's getting ratio too. Unhinged leftists get super triggered over today's SCOTUS ruling.
They wouldn't even say if birthright citizenship was constitutional. Are you out your
It's not.
fucking mind? another 6-3 Supreme Court decision where the Supreme Court takes the Constitution, wipes their ass, hands it to you, and tells you to take a picture. The court has ruled that the executive order that overrules birthright citizenship can go into effect in certain areas because nationwide injunctions issued by federal judges apparently overstays their power boundaries. So Trump can go over his power boundaries, but the judges can't to stop him. Fucking great.
Oh, people. Man eats meat in front of vegan protesters. I would have loved to have done something like that when I was healthier. Free yourself from slavery on live TV. Amazing. How'd she have her hair done?
Than any of us could have expected, and we expected this administration would be bad. I think we expected that they would have learned from the first administration, and that is not had anyone of any independence or stature or gravitas.
This is why I say I'm anti-slavery. Deportation of innocent workers. Not you're paying them a lower wage to do a job on undecent amount, a decent wage to do whatever job you're telling them to do. I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. Gummy gummies. Gummy gummies. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Gotta wrap myself in this heated blanket. It's the middle of summer. I don't care. No breathing. Da 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 da. All right, let's see.
All kinds of terrible things to people, to routinely violate the law, to violate court orders, to militarize law enforcement, to over the objections of our governor in California, federalize the National Guard.
Look at his smug face. He can't even keep a straight face. That's how bad he's lying. I do not trust politicians whatsoever. All right, let's see what's happening on YouTube. She was stunning, this lady.
I spoke with the people on the street. I spoke with youth. They know your name. They know that our president named
She's absolutely stunning looking.
hard to finally bring peace to the country. I so hope they have hope now for a better day. what you're doing as a future, better future for Congo. And I had opportunity to sit down with President Felix Tshisekedi for an interview because I want to understand his mind, what he's thinking, his feeling about
It's cool that he got a peace deal done with Congo, though. I don't know what she's holding in her hand, though. I was wondering that earlier when I saw this.
Even myself, I covered President Biden's administration. I pressed many times about this conflict. People are dying in Congo. This country has so much potential, but they need help because this war is destroying the country. They never gave me any answer. And he told me, President Tshisekedi, that you have no idea, he's very thankful for what you're doing, for what your administration is doing. Not only him, the entire Congolese people. They see that finally they will have hope. And President Tshisekedi also mentioned at the end of my interview that
She has a beautiful complexion.
finally come to the Democratic Republic of the Congo, he's thinking to nominate.
Oh, if you guys don't know who Apostate Prophet is, go check them out. They live stream on YouTube every night. What's Asmongold saying?
Look at this. President Trump has convinced Bibi Netanyahu to end the war in Gaza within 2 weeks per multiple reports.
And we think within the next week we're going to get a ceasefire. And we're supplying, as you know, a lot of money and a lot of food to that area. People that have no food, no anything. The lines are people that get one meal, essentially. We're doing that because I think we have to on a humanitarian basis.
They've agreed that UAE, Egypt, and 2 other Arab states will govern Gaza jointly, replacing Hamas. Hamas leaders would
I think that was the issue in the first place, that nobody wanted to deal with Gaza. Like, none of the other Arab countries wanted to come in and police it just because of Hamas. Now that Israel's done all the legwork and taken all the brutality brutality hits of claim of genocide and all this other crap, all these Arab countries are coming in. Yeah, we'll handle it. We'll do it. Alhamdulillah. There are people. Ridiculous. What else?
Supreme leader of Iran, Khamenei, effed around and found out and is now facing an absolutely hilarious backfire after he got completely destroyed by Trump. Now, it all started when Khamenei decided that he was going to run his mouth on X and say that Iran...
Khamenei always runs his mouth. I don't know if it's necessarily on X, but I remember seeing his face like growing up. Always saying he was going to kill Americans, do this, do that.
Won in the 12-day war against the United States after we completely obliterated their nuclear facilities. And he went on,
and Israel blew up half the state.
Things, and well, Trump wasn't going to put up with any of that, and he completely shut it down and destroyed him. And well, this whole thing has turned into an absolutely spectacular backfire that we're going to be checking out here today. Ali Khamenei, the supreme leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran, on Thursday proclaimed victory over the United States. And this is, of course, completely laughable in every way possible, completely delusional. So this is what he has to say. My congratulations on our dear Iran's victory over the U.S. regime. The U.S. regime entered the war directly because it felt that if it didn't, the Zionist regime would be completely achieved, saying that they are the ones that are victorious in all of this. In another tweet, Khamenei claimed that the Islamic Republic delivered a heavy slap to the U.S.'s face.
Heavy slap
to Iran's missile strike on the U.S. Air base in Qatar, which, as we found out, they told us about ahead of time before they did it. They basically got our permission to be able to let off a little steam and shoot some rockets at, like, one of our bases over there. And this is all stuff that Trump confirmed. It was absolutely hilarious. Iran totally did the meme. They went home with 2 black guys, no arms, no legs, and they said, "You should see the other guy." That is Iran in this entire
it's only a flesh wound.
And it is just laughable, man. These people are total clowns. But the best part about all this is that Trump absolutely shut him down, completely destroyed him in this video that we're going to be checking out here today so spectacularly that now Kamani is not saying anything on X whatsoever. He ran his mouth, he said all sorts of insane things, and now he is completely quiet over on X after what Trump just said in this video. So let's go ahead and check this out, and we'll continue on from there.
And I'm putting out a little statement. I'm going to respond to the Ayatollah's statement yesterday that we won the war. Oh, God, we won the war. And I said, look, you're a man of great faith, a man who's highly respected in his country. You have to tell the truth. You got beat up. And Israel was beat up too. They were both beat up. And it was a great time to end it. It was quick. They got the hate out. There was a lot of hate. A lot of hate. It would be great if they
No,
didn't have that hate.
it's still there. It's still built up.
They're thinking about is nuclear weapons right now.
You have two rabid kids.
I highly doubt it. From what I just saw, it looks like they're digging another tunnel. This time, like twice as deep. The regime must fall. Oh well. What else is happening? Oh yeah.
Why would Newsom lie and claim Trump never called him? Why would he do that?
That moment sparking Gavin Newsom's 9-figure defamation lawsuit against Fox News, with the network now responding to the California governor's legal filing June 27th. Newsom suing Fox News for $787 million.
You know, they are going to actually investigate this. And it's an easy investigation. Just get the phone logs for the numbers. And guess what? Media lied, the media lied, they pay. Newsom lied, which, you know, he is kind of known for nonstop lying, in my opinion. Then he pays money to California. He pays the reparations out of his own pocket instead of the taxpayer pocket.
In response to protests against immigration raids, the network told E! News in a statement, Governor Newsom's transparent publicity stunt is frivolous and designed to chill free speech critical of him. Inside the lawsuit, Newsom alleging Fox News and nightly news anchor Jesse Waters presented a false timeline of Trump and Newsom's phone call in early June. Newsom
False timeline? So Trump did call?
If Fox wants to lie to the American people on Donald Trump's behalf, it should face consequences. But Newsom noted terms for dismissing his lawsuit, a formal retraction from Fox News, along with an on-air apology.
I doubt they're going to retract, and I doubt they're going to apologize.
Newsom responded, and he said there wasn't a phone call. He said Trump never called him, not even a voicemail.
Yeah, that's what he said. Trump never
But
called
John
me.
Roberts got Trump's
Never got a phone call from Trump.
And it shows Trump called him late Friday night, and they talked for 16 minutes. Why would Newsom lie and claim Trump never called him? Why would he do that?
The governor later sharing this image to X, writing, "Bring it on," with the network adding in their statement, "We will defend this
He's
case
just so
vigorously
happy.
and look forward to it being dismissed."
He really is just so happy. Alrighty, looks like nobody wants to actually play any video games tonight, so I'm just gonna do whatever. Thinking about playing some Valorant. How do people feel about that? How are we feeling about some Valorant tonight? I think I want to do that. I haven't played it for a minute. I'm going to be so rusty. Riot Games. Yeah. There's an update. Let the update roll. Well, if anybody wants to follow me on Rumble, give me a go ahead and don't forget to do that. And a like on this platform. I guess they do that here too. Combination of YouTube. I am gonna eventually stop streaming on Twitch just because I don't like the interactions I've been having on Twitch lately anyway, so not that I have too much of a fan base on there in the first place, but yeah, I intend to primarily stream on Rumble. Right now I'm multi-streaming, so it's between YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble, but Rumble's gonna be my primary focus, I believe. I made one of my friend's girlfriends so angry the other day. Still makes me laugh. She unfriended me on Facebook because of it. I had to call her out. I can't stand people that support AOC. AOC is so stupid. A brainless woman, that is what AOC is. No, don't come over to this window. What are you doing? There we go. Alright, let's get a practice in. Go to the range, see how the game feels. Down to play Apex, I just don't know. Don't want to really play by myself. Not a big fan of playing that game by myself.
My ultimate's ready.
Although I probably should. Just to get used to it again. When to play. That's Vice.
My ultimate's ready. Launching thorns. Thorns activated. Blinding crack. Flashing.
It's a placeable flash?
Retrieving flash. Blinding crack. Retrieving flash. Flash placed. Blinding.
Okay, it's a placeable flash. That is cool.
Retrieving flash. Rip and tear. Unable. Unable. No. Thorns are alive. Unable. No good.
What do you mean no solid surface?
Unable. No good. Wall set.
Oh, it's a wall, okay.
Placing wall trap.
It's a wall trap. How does this work? Equip filling of liquid. Fire to place a hidden wall trap. When he crosses, an indestructible wall bursts from the ground behind them. The wall lasts for a brief time before dissipating. Oh. Arc rose. Place a stealth arc rose or alt fire to place an arc rose through it. So wait, there's an arc rose.
Flash placed. Flashing. Retrieving flash. Blinding crack. Flashing.
This doesn't make sense.
Blinding. Retrieving flash. Flash placed. Retrieving flash. Flash placed. Flashing. Retrieving flash. Blinding crack. Retrieving flash.
So what? I have to right click and hold.
Blinding crack. Blinding. Retrieving flash.
Let's see. Fire to place stealth arc rolls or alt fire to place the arc rose through it.
Flash placed. Blinding.
And there's
Retrieving flash. Blinding crack. Retrieving flash.
oh, you can place it through. Whatever. Okay. Alright, let's play deathmatch. See how that goes.
Match found. Deathmatch. Warm up.
Ah, shoot. New map.
Fight.
Clear to engage. Weapons hot.
No idea how this map works, but I got a kill.
Target dead. Bad guy down.
No. Oops. That's to the right of his head. Oh, shoot. Eh. Feel like the Guardian's like OP. Not OP. There's no such thing as an OP gun in this game. Eh. Had him for 80.
Cancelled. Obstacle removed.
I should have just let my gun reset. Hmm. That was weird. Yoing. Wasn't looking down range. It's pretty darn far away. Not a big fan of how far away that was. Ooh, 45 health. Stop spazzing. I thought they were in the room there. Oh. Oh no. Oh no, I hear somebody spawn to the right.
Ten kills remaining.
I was moving.
Five kills remaining. Dominating.
Hostile KIA.
One minute remaining.
Ooh,
30 seconds left.
I'll peek that. Oh, I shouldn't have peeked that. No, Citrus got us both. Oh, feel like I'm speed lacking. Some type of. GG's. Almost. Ooh, died too much. Not bad for the first game in I don't know how many months. This game just gets my heart rate pumped up though. All right, gotta take my sleepy vibe pill. Just another chill night. I actually wonder how well I would do in this game if I actually ground it out.
Match found.
Try to get good at it. It's just fun to play deathmatch in these. More fun of that than I do
Deathmatch. Warm up.
Oh, this battery, the one that doesn't like to actually work on my headset. I gotta get new batteries for this headset. Blah. There we go. Oldie but goodie, huh?
These guns we use are okay, but I will also bring my own. No offense.
Fight!
Who will I spot first? I win again.
Hey, Sova.
That's three.
Ouch. Ouch. I missed. Cypher's pretty darn good. We need to kill that sooner.
I don't think so.
Darn.
You lose.
Give me this. Oh. Way to scare the heck out of me. Came out of nowhere. Blindsided me. You should have came like around my left side maybe. But then your hand would have popped out of nowhere and would have freaked me out, so. I mean, how would I even get into me? You could have like put it here, like slid it behind me, like through my left arm. Love you too. Good night. Oh. Hexy, waiting for me there, huh? No. Charlie's Angels. Not going good. No bueno. Oh, I had one shot left. To the right of her? Oh, I hit her once. Gotta love it. These box hiders.
Remaining.
Stomach shots. Oh, that scared the heck out of me. $37 deaths. Holy cow. Omen's got it. I'm trying to take a drink here. No bueno. That was a bad round. I was doing good there for a minute. I died 40 times. Mm. Yeah, it's just too hardcore of a game for me right now. Let's see, Shaq still playing Apex. Come join. Mm-hmm. Bum bum. Bum. No, yuck. Play Apex with Will too. Let's see if he wants to play Apex. Give a dog a bone. Back to just chatting for now. Putting new barriers up. That's weird. I don't know why they'd be putting new barriers up. Dum, dum, dum. The hinky poo. Do I have to change it on here? Oops, wrong one. Cancel. Just chatting again. That's riots happening in England? What?
So the Prime Minister tonight reacting to what has happened over the course of the last 48 hours. His conclusion, very simple, it's all the far right. As if they're causing all of the problems. No, the far right are a reaction to fear, to discomfort, to unease that is out there shared by tens of millions of people. Let me be clear.
Poor UK.
Violence. I don't support thuggery in any way.
You guys are getting wrecked.
I'm worried not just about the events in Southport, but about societal decline that is happening in our country. Law and order, folks.
And that's what happens when you
breaking down. This Prime Minister
don't have people meshing with the civilization you already have. They want to bring their own rule and law here.
We need to use stop and search, regardless of the color of the skin of anyone
Of anyone.
that can be
Mhm.
stopped. We need tougher prison sentences for anybody carrying a knife. We need folks to get real. Because I tell you what you've seen on the streets of Hartlepool, of London, of Southport is nothing to what could happen over the course of the next few weeks. Let's have proper law and order. But Mr. Starmer, just to blame a few far-right thugs to say that's the root of our problems doesn't work.
Bum, 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 bum. A lot of actors out there. Oh, that guy's live.
Supreme Court taking the
Ooh.
shackles off of Trump's agenda.
O'Leary's going after Canada.
New record highs. China confirmed it has a new trade deal framework with the Trump White House. President Trump basically is saying this framework is good for America. The White House is saying trade deals with 10 key U.S. trading partners are imminent. They're fighting with Canada. That's on hold. The deals could come before July 9th, before higher Trump tariffs kick in. Trump says the U.S. will end trade negotiations with Canada over their digital services tax. Canada was planning on taxing U.S. tech companies. Trump says he's not going to do that. Let's get right to Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful himself. Kevin, was Trump right all along on the tariffs?
So this particular tiff, fight, disagreement, whatever you want to call it, started in 2019 under the reign of the idiot king, Justin Trudeau. It was bad policy then.
Trudeau was horrible for Canada. Still is horrible for Canada. I feel like he has a hand, his hand in everything with Canada.
It's bad policy now. It's causing a major rift. It's a 3% tax on tech companies operating in Canada. You know, this whole thing between Canada and the United States, the whole thing's stupid. There should be no tariffs in either direction. Here's why.
No, I agree with that.
These jurisdictions, these geographies are joined. You don't have to sell the country. You don't have to merge the countries, but Canada has all the power, the water, the paper, the minerals, rare earths, everything. And the U.S. has the largest market. There should be no tariffs in any direction, north, south, east, west. It's a unique situation. And you do that to create wealth for both countries to fight off China. With China, because China's coming over the north. So the whole idea of all this
My string freeze
is a waste of time. And so really, I look at this saying it's just more negotiation. It's irrelevant. It's going to get worked out. But the whole thing's stupid. You know, there's still a tariff on butter coming out of Vermont at 200% going into Quebec.
200%. Holy cow.
It's all stupid. And
Why would there be so much?
They got rid of the idiot king. They put a new prime minister in place, and he's trying to fix
I
things.
hate stupid people.
The economy's been decimated. Zero GDP growth.
I hate stupid and stupid people. Can't stand them. Especially for when they stand up for like AOC and her idiot politics. AOC is a pain in the butt. Mayor Adams. You guys heard about these fools?
Passed an hour ago. And for now, former Governor Andrew Cuomo, who lost in the Democratic primary this week, is still in the race as an independent. And as presumptive Democratic nominee, Zoran Mamdani picks up more union support. Mayor
Mamdani has this crazy socialist idea. He's just gonna use all this money that he doesn't have to do like socialist grocery stores at this like same cost that undercuts everybody else and pushes out mom and pop businesses. It's just, it's gonna hurt the economy. Hurt the economy of New York City like crazy. Everybody wants this socialist environment.
Receiving national attention. As of now, Andrew Cuomo still in the race. He has stayed fairly silent over the past few days, while the other candidates have not.
I'm going to beat him.
Mayor Eric Adams has called him an anti-Semite. The president's a communist.
He's a communist. We're going to go communistic. That's so bad for New York.
But the Democratic socialist, Zohran Mamdani, has taken the high road in his responses.
That's what I'm focused on, is dignity and taking on income inequality. And for too long, politicians have pretended that we're spectators to that crisis of affordability.
Just today, Mamdani picked up the backing of two big labor unions that previously backed Andrew Cuomo's bid for mayor. It's cutting
Andrew Cuomo.
support as he decided not to remove his name for the November ballot.
Was he the governor of New York or something?
He's still eligible if he chooses to be, and if he doesn't choose to be, then...
Former New York Governor David Patterson tells me he endorsed Cuomo, but if he wants a shot at winning, he needs new energy and a new strategy.
I think in the primary, I think he just thought he had it. And meanwhile, the other candidates are running around.
As for Mamdani, Patterson says the campaign could be his to lose if his ideas from the primary don't stand up to scrutiny in the months ahead.
He'll be challenged to prove how we can have a $30 minimum wage, to prove how the city can own stores, and that will make things better.
I was about to say city-owned stores. I just don't agree with. Don't agree with whatsoever.
Refusing to answer. Patterson's fairly certain about one thing. What will happen if Cuomo and Adams don't remain silent about each other over the next 6 months?
They could.
That'll be hard.
They're up, and Mamdani wins a victory pretty easily.
And Mamdani also received the back of the New York State Nurses.
Mamdani.
Well, come November, Attorney Jim Walden will also be on that ballot running as an independent, and Curvis Sliwa as a Republican candidate. Liz, we are a long way now from November.
Oh, and there will be a lot of fireworks in between now and then. All right, thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. And a programming reminder, Zohran Mamdani is Bill's guest on Up Close Sunday morning at 11 a.m.
Oh, the Young Turks. What are they talking about? I don't even want to click on it because I think it'll get censored. And then my YouTube channel will be shut down forever. Oh no, what will we do? Don't care. Ghulam Brigade. Sophia Khalifa. She's pretty. Israel as an Arab Muslim. Stories of us. How proud are you? Oh yeah, Carmelo Anthony's family's in huge trouble. I think I saw on X they spent $215,000 on a new cars and stuff. Other people airdropping. I'll run to get my gun. Has he? Yeah, I don't know where they're getting that 377,000 murders. Nobody's answered that one. Darn it. Define one. Yeah, and honestly, he lost that debate with Matt Gaetz. Dave Smith lost it. Oh. Ay, ay, ay. This doesn't seem right. Weird. What they do, literally sign out all the bots at one time? That's funny.
For deceit, for misrepresentation. Enough of their lies. We'll see them in court. I just filed a lawsuit against Fox News.
But he has nothing. What is he doing? I got him to do some. Yeah, I know. Tecton's pretty awesome. Oh, look, here's the idiot AOC trying to talk.
And particularly in the fact that the entire Democratic establishment, when given a broad range of candidates to support across all sorts of different ideas, still decided to stubbornly choose Andrew Cuomo, who is a leader, who has been a leader for a very long time, when the people are clearly asking for generational change. You know, I think it speaks to the fact that I think a lot of those lessons do need to be learned, and I hope that they're learned soon. This isn't just about...
I mean, New York City has turned into such a trashy city. Non-Jewish ally who has stood up with Israel and... That's a pretty false quote right there. All who reject. Crazy. Oh, why did I get temporarily labeled? Oh, that's kind of stupid. Nice to be authentic. Under this policy, you may not create, operate, or mass register accounts that are not legitimate, genuine, and transparent as to their source identity and popularity. This includes automation, automated script accounts that do not comply with our. Okay, for persona, you may not use manufactured identities to engage in disruptive and deceptive behavior. This may include using stock, stolen, or AI generated profile photos. No. So it's because I have an AI generated profile picture? Okay, I guess I can eat that. That's kind of stupid. Got it, whatever. Does not affect it. It just got literally flagged though. That's so stupid. Temporary label on your account because I have this as my profile picture. Do you guys like what does the president do? This is what I sent to my buddy's girlfriend. She was not happy with that. But if she's following AOC, she definitely needs it. Oh, good luck to have out on a 60-year-old. What happened here?
Gym, you're still a fat ass. We can make up hypotheticals. You should go to the gym. If you went to the gym,
I've been twice this week. You
don't think I can be Mike Tyson? I don't think you go to the gym.
I think you're a great YouTuber.
You think that your opinion matters.
Well, why do you make my show if it doesn't?
Oh, I'm just taking your audience to sell pay-per-views. I don't give a fuck about your show. You dumbass. This is a fucking business enterprise.
Cheers, Jake. Really enjoyed that. I'm a killer. I get in the
Good.
ring with the best people. And you get in the ring with a guy who's 50.
I normally don't like Jake Paul, but sympathy. How do you spell sympathy? That was close. SY. At all. Oh, Ash. All. Not a Piers Morgan fan. Grinding on Grok, calling it with the X team. Good progress. will be called Grok 4 released just after July 4th. 20 million people. The pigeon lady from Home Alone. That's pretty good. I like that one. Lawfare is dead. The economy is soaring. The stock market is at a record highs. Historic peace has been achieved on 3 fronts. It's best week of a second term. Be wary about this because it could all blow apart in the Middle East in a split of a second.
Of Donald J. Trump.
It's one of the most remarkable and noteworthy. I've known President Trump for over a decade now, and there's been a lot of ups and downs. And if you look at how steady and poised and composed he was in that briefing room, what a contrast from Trump 1.0 when you had Jim Acosta constantly interrupting him.
Trump's
he was facing
killing it for sure, but
Trump says he went from being the hunted to the hunter. And think about all the things the media was wrong about.
Hunted to the hunter.
The last couple of years, they were wrong about Iran and Israel. They were wrong about nuclear weapons. They were wrong about Fordo. They were wrong about President Trump's leadership as commander-in-chief. And now they've been wrong about the economy and tariffs. They were wrong about President Trump's capacity to broker peace. And you look back, they've been wrong about the open border. They were wrong about President Trump not being...
Oh, that's a lot they've been wrong about.
And instead of trusting the experts, I think in politics, we should just trust President Trump. His instincts here are phenomenal. Trump 2.0 is better than anybody could have imagined. And Jesse, it is so comforting to see a president that is able to take questions from the media. And did you notice in that briefing room, the media almost is, they're kind of warming up slightly to him in the sense where it's not as antagonistic. It's a little more conversational, a little more respectful, because even if you hate him, President Trump has commanded the respect from even his harshest critics.
You can definitely
that's true.
sense the respect is back. There's no doubt about that, Charlie. The Supreme Court, tell me what you think it does with the Trump agenda now.
Oh, what it does is it liberates the Trump agenda. First of all, President Trump, he employed a brilliant legal strategy, which was to go shock and awe right out of the gate with some of the most front-facing legal executive orders, such as birthright citizenship, declaring the Mexican cartels as terrorist organizations, so that any of these that might get enjoined, we can get that solved quickly. Instead of having to go through a multi-year process of where the entire administration is basically in paralysis, we can then get to work. We are now going to be able to finally see President Trump's agenda get supercharged. You accompany that with the big, beautiful bill. We're the best days.
Yeah, where is that bill at?
Immediately. And think about the profundity and the significance.
Is the big, beautiful bill passed yet, or are they still making changes to it? I have to look.
Saw in the Supreme Court. No more are we going to be able to see these widespread nationwide injunctions for something that should just happen in a singular district court. Remember, they did this with Abrego Garcia. They did this with birthright citizenship. They did this with the trans executive order, which stopped the medical mutilation of our children in hospitals across the country under gender-affirming care. And so what this does more than anything else is this allows us to fulfill the promise that voters gave President Trump back in November. Dare I say it? It allows democracy to reign free in this country.
So if Democrats don't have lawfare in their arsenal,
administrative state. So
racism, anti-Semitism, retardation, woke right, woke left, anti-communist.
He doesn't feel bad for criticizing somebody for doing something bad. Oh, wow, he says he doesn't feel bad for somebody who said that he killed his mom? Oh, no.
I wouldn't feel bad.
And this is the same guy, keep in mind.
Whoa, language, Jasmine, language.
That tries to bring up freedom of speech. He's the guy that whenever I talk about this guy should get banned for X or Y thing, he says, why should I get banned? It's freedom of speech.
What's he talking about? Mike from PA? Oh, probably that guy. I don't know who Mike from PA is.
Unlimited tread, yeah, it's not going to stop. And I'm going to tell you that the more that you cry about it and the more that you try to seek sympathy, the more videos I'm going to make, the more I'm going to talk about it, and the more other people are going to talk about it too. And there's nothing you can do about it. That's it. And so you can, well, there is actually, you can stop acting this way.
Yeah,
if you
that's
want to
true.
stop acting this way, you can. Shooting
Ignorant.
from Crucible plays the victim. Total bullshit. These people have been mocking violence, and Asman himself supported terrorism with his admiration and character naming of homage. Sure, right? You want to make some joke about something I said 10 years ago? Go ahead. But at the end of the day, nothing's going to happen. And you can cry, Trump's live, is that it? Yeah, this is just, again, this is another person who's just making stuff up about me, etc. It shouldn't really be taken seriously
sadly.
at all. But no, there's not really a lot going on. But anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to show you guys, these are what these people are doing. And they're digging your logs. Oh, no doubt. I mean, of course they are. And they're such cry bullies. They are. And you're,
bullies.
listen, you want to cry? Okay, go ahead. That's more content for me.
Mm-hmm.
If you think even for a second that you are going to try to seek any type of sympathy from me, that is not the case. To the extent that you do it, I will push even harder, even more pressure, and more and more and more until you stop.
Oh, good.
And you're welcome, by the way.
I do. I appreciate Asmongold's takes on some things. Even though I don't always agree with him, he's got some pretty good takes. America will never be a socialist country, period. Oh, the way New York is going, who knows? Putin and Xi, the two most influential BRICS leaders, have opted not to attend the upcoming summit in Brazil. Okay. Ooh, this is a cool tornado. Whoa, just leave that muted there. Jeez. Is that lightning? Oh, it's the power line that's pulling down. Oh, it got into his yard. Brave man for standing there and watching it. An important notice on this post is plagiarized from India Tales. Okay.
12 education. Let's state the obvious. We need to recruit and pay teachers better. We need to reduce class sizes. We need to drastically update our curriculum, especially in science and math.
Yeah.
And we need to
So we homeschool.
AI into schools.
Homeschool the boyo.
Prepare young people with the need to develop good old-fashioned critical thinking skills. But as
Which I've noticed is like big problem, huge problem with kids. Like some of my son's friends are just can't critically think. Even my son has a problem with it, but I'm trying to teach him how to at least troubleshoot simple issues, you know? Like, oh, why isn't the microwave starting? Or why isn't this working? Like getting through that troubleshooting phase and starting it early because it's an important process, especially like, oh, well, this controller is not working. Well, it's connected. Maybe you should plug it in, make sure it's charged. Just simple stuff like that. And he's picking up on it. He's doing a good job, but like, I don't know that other parents try to teach their kids how to troubleshoot either. I think it's a necessary part of learning is how to deal with problems, and that creates critical thinking. But he's doing great. Summer started and he's on his, we have a couple of games that he plays that teach him spelling and teach him some more complicated math problems. And he's been doing 20 minutes of each in the morning and then reading a book every morning during the week. He's been doing very good. He deserves a good prize. Especially since he's been keeping up with it on his own. That is the goal of homeschool at this point, is for him to be able to start the work himself and work through what he can work through. If he runs into any issues, he comes to mom and dad for help. That's a pretty house. Too big. I need a 1-floor house. Just single floor. Stairs are like really hard. Sacrificing children for global sympathy is evil. Palestinians love their children more than they hate Israel. There will be peace. That is 100% correct. So right now they hate Israel more than they love their child. It's sad. Iran has begun rounding up Jews with the cover of them collaborating with Israel with zero evidence. They have already executed 6 of them. That's what I'm worried about with this whole Iran conflict. I think we should have bombed the heck out of them. That's all we should have done. I don't want boots on the ground, but I wanted to bomb the heck out of them. Yeah, I'm not watching that duck meeting video. When is the plan to take over America?
One day you're going to be the president of the United States of America. No one, koi Michael Ali, who can stop you from becoming a president. Dream big, have a vision. Because if Barack Hussein Obama can be a president, Sohaib Jawad cannot be a president? Tell me. He's going to be a president. He's talking about that the Muslims will take over Mecca. They used to laugh at him. What happened? What is Mecca now? Where's Mecca? It's coming.
Yeah, Mecca, the pagan site that they worship. The pagan rock.
Coming to America. And what is Allah telling us? Kuntum khayra ummatin. You are the best of nations. You're better than everybody else. That's what Allah is saying. Let's work towards that. Let's work towards a Muslim mayor.
No.
Next election that comes in, nominate people for the school board of education. Next election that comes here, nominate people for the local township. Begin the demographics change. People converted. There's a big, huge conversion going on.
This is why Americans need to get out and vote if they want to keep America. Because these Muslims are outpopulating us by like, let's look it up. Grok will answer this for us. How many persons are Muslims outpopulating us? It's got to be like 5-1 or something like that. Yeah, 1.5. I should clarify. American Muslims. Outnumber Muslims by roughly 326.55 million. What are Muslim birth rates at? $2.5. $1.6. They're gonna breed us out of America, people. That is their goal.
You only have to choose one is because they don't have the goods, never had them, and they misled you because of the fact that these
They were all willing participants. Oh gosh.
focus on that. And at the end of the day, if they're able to establish the defense that there is doubt with respect to criminality,
No.
legitimate private conduct, nothing to do with the business, complicated relationships, certainly unconventional with regard to how he lived his life, but domestic violence, finally, you saw a lot of it. They need to embrace it. Domestic violence, we're not here for that. We're here for racketeering. We're here for sex trafficking. And at the end of the day, they have not established the defense, will say, the elements of the crime charged. Our client is not guilty.
And remind everyone.
Pretty sure Diddy is guilty. The Diddy boy. All right. We scrolled as much as we can on there. Sophia Khalifa, let's see.
Everything. I'm the product of peace between Jews and Arabs, and how Jews and Arabs can live peacefully.
Well, I don't know how people feel about PragerU.
Brothers and sisters. My name is Sophia Salma Khalifa, and this is my story.
Salma Khalifa? I like how she says it.
I'm a Muslim Arab.
I can't hit that K.
Israel. I'm a mother of two, and I have a master's from Stanford University. I was born to a Muslim family in Israel. My mom is a single mom. I have 8 siblings. My dad
Holy 8 siblings.
in parallel, and my mom decided she didn't want to live with his wife in the same house and didn't want to be in that village, and she went and moved to Nahariya. This is the Jewish town in northern Israel where she raised us 9 children on her own. We were supported
9 kids on her own.
by the welfare system, because otherwise my mom would not be able to provide. Israel is a very beautiful and strong multi-ethnic democracy. Around 20% of the population are Arab Muslims, like myself. We also have Christian Arabs. We have Druze. The Arab citizens.
What's the difference between the Druze and Jews? What are Druze? They're in Arabic of Arab something, but I'm not sure what they based on the context of your previous questions. Arab ethno-religious minority who primarily lives in Lebanon, Syria, Israel, and Jordan with a smaller diaspora in the U.S. Their faith, Judaism, is monotheistic Abrahamic religion that branched off of Ishmael Shia Islam in the 11th century, but incorporates elements of Gnosticism and Neoplatonism and Christianity, Hinduism, and other philosophies. They call themselves Al-Mahudin, the monotheists. Yeah, it's a very small population. I know that. Interesting. 20 to 50,000 Druze live in the U.S. Didn't know that. Communities in Southern California and other areas based on estimates around 1998 and 2017. I don't care about the birth rates though. That's the history. New chat. Yeah, well, we don't have to ask them what the Druze are. We know now. Okay.
Of Israel receive equal rights. They get welfare, they get education, they get health care, they get all the rights, the protection, anything that a Jewish citizen would get. My Muslim teacher used to teach us everything about the Jews who stole the land. He would be teaching us that we would never be able to become anything in this country because this is the Jewish country, and the Jewish people would not allow you to become an engineer, They would not allow you to become doctor. You cannot be anything.
Those were lies.
And we will have to resist. We would have to fight. We would have to do everything that we can to get the land back. I remember
I wonder how jihadis are formed.
leaving these classes feeling like I don't have a future. But that really contradicted my experience with the Jewish people that I met. Because they were loving, they were kind, I was their friend, I would go to their houses. They didn't mind that I was Arab, they didn't see me as an Arab. They see me just as their friend. So it didn't land very well with me. I was with my girlfriend, she was staring, and I was asking her, like, what are you thinking about? And she said, like, you know, I really wish one day to become a suicide bomber. I really wish to become a shaheed one day. That moment.
Can you imagine a friend saying that to you? No. Just like it's unimaginable in America, but like that's an everyday teaching and an everyday thought for some of those kids. They're willing to die for the cause of Palestine.
Really broke me to pieces. On the school break between 8th grade and 9th grade in the summer, I was discovered by a fashion photographer.
You are beautiful.
Really exciting. I should try that. But I knew that this is a choice of no return. I cannot step my foot in the village if I'm a model. I travel to Europe for work and I spend a lot of my time in Tel Aviv. My uncle, my mother's brother, he threatened to cut off my head for dishonoring the family. And he obviously could not do that because we live in Israel and Israel protects women. When he said that to my mom, she told him, you won't even touch a hair on her head. I felt so empowered by her. And I wanted to send this message to all the Arab girls that you can be anything that you want. You can pursue any path that you want. It's very important to note that Israel pulled out of Gaza completely.
Like, how oppressed are these women that live in Gaza, Iran? Like, they can't think for themselves. They're not legally allowed to or religiously allowed to. It's just sad.
Completely, unilaterally in 2005. They uprooted all the Jewish citizens who used to live in Gaza. All of them. All of them were taken out forcefully. After 2005, there was no Jew alive or dead in Gaza. They even take out the graves of the Jewish people.
That I did hear.
Because they didn't know what is going to happen to the graves. And this was a test case to see how a self-governing Gaza would look like. Gaza is a very fertile land. They had greenhouses that used to export flowers to all of Europe. And the hope in Israel was that we're hoping that Gaza can become the Singapore of the Middle East, this tiny country that has this very good economy with all the greenhouses, and they have the most beautiful beaches in the region, and they can go and fish, they can build, we're going to help them in tech. This is our path for peace. Days after the Jews, left Gaza, Hamas went and burned out all the greenhouses. They burned everything to the ground because this was the Jews' greenhouses before.
I did hear that story before. It's sad story.
If people care about Muslim lives or any Palestinian lives,
Man, I'm getting tired though.
In Gaza, you
I might call it here. That medicine's kicking in.
want to make sure that their leadership cares about them. And Hamas is a sovereign government of Gaza. It's a terror organization. that hijacked the Palestinian people for their own religious cause of transforming the Middle East and the entire world into an Islamic state. Palestinians don't have the right to say the truth. They cannot openly speak about the atrocities that Hamas is doing to them. If they speak against it, they're dead. People keep saying, if you're calling Hamas a terror organization, this is Islamophobia. No, this is not Islamophobia. This is the fact. I love Muslim people. I'm a Muslim. My family is Muslim. And I'm still condemning what Hamas did. Why people cannot see the truth about this situation? A lot of these people come from a reality that they teach you from a very young age to hate the Jews. The Jews stole the lands to the Palestinians. The Jews are responsible for all the atrocities in the world, and we just need to destroy them. So some of the people are brainwashed, and they're sometimes blinded to their own anti-Semitism. They say, I'm not anti-Semitic, I'm anti-Zionist. Now, what does that mean?
That's the same thing.
I'm for women, but I don't think they should have rights. Because Zionism mean that you believe in the Jewish people right to have a state where they're safe and free from persecution, right? So how can you stand for the Jews and not wanting them to be able to defend themselves?
Yeah.
And the other side, I think it's like a
Brainwashed.
or just like following whatever sound good to them. And they think that Hamas is the weak part, Israel is strong, and thus we need to support the weak. The weak could be a terror organization. And they're not that weak after we saw what they were able to do on October 7th. The everyday American should care about this because
Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it and go to bed here after this video.
is just the first.
Or at least lay down in the chair.
Countries, the Arab countries, or let's take for example Iran, calls Israel the small devil and America the big devil. Is this what we want to support in this country?
No.
I hear a lot of people calling Israel an apartheid state. Maybe let's start with explaining what is an apartheid. It's a discrimination based on race. Arabs in Israel, who constitute 20% of the Israeli population, they're equal citizens. They're getting all the rights from Israel. They have education, healthcare.
Yeah, I was about to say, Israel allowed them to go over and use the education system in that
They're equal citizens for everything.
college and whatnot.
Where's the apartheid?
They just don't take care of the structures or upgrade anything. They wanted to dig tunnels.
But all I needed as a child, as a human being, to realize my full potential was give me the security, the safety, the education. Give me the opportunity. Israel gave me everything. I'm the product of peace between Jews and Arabs, and how Jews and Arabs can live peacefully side by side together as brothers and sisters. As an Arab Muslim, it's very
They can, but I think it's a select few that allow you to live side by side together peacefully.
support Israel. You have to speak the truth. You have to stand with justice. I know the truth. People who didn't live in Israel don't know the truth. And we need to fix it.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Alright, I think I'm gonna call it here. Thank you everybody for tuning in. If you didn't throw me a follow, go ahead and do that if you enjoyed the stream. I'm gonna probably try to stream a little bit more as I get settled in on these new medications that kick my butt. Also like, subscribe, whatever you do on the other platforms. Sounds good to me. But everybody have a blessed night, and I hope I was able to bring a little fun into the Friday night. Don't just stay up too late though, because nothing good happens after midnight. Alright.